it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about the Oval Season 2, Episode 9, Political Junkie. The only person they said political junkie one time in the show. I don't know why Tyler Perry gives these titles, but it just cracks me up because I'm like, they ain't got a damn thing to do with the episode. But that's what he did. Before we get started, shout out to everybody in the comment section who've been holding my channel down. I love you, I love you, I love you. All right, all right, all right. I got on my flower dress and my pink. I was doing a video. I told y'all I'm shooting this concert for Sister Junebug, and it's going to be uploaded on Sunday, next Sunday. So check it out. But I had a lot of people drop out on me, but I'm still going to put on that concert because if they ain't there, then that's their loss, because God has in that concert who's supposed to be in that concert. Anyway, let me hurry up with this because I got to get up early in the morning. So it starts off with, oh no, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now. That's right. Take a little moment. Hit that little subscribe button right there. It says subscribe. You see it right there, please. And then hit the little notification bell next to it, and it'll let you know every time Barbie J uploads a new video. All right. So now it starts off how it ended. Bobby and Max in the car, and they see Kyle leaving, and Bobby's upset. He thinks it's really Lily, and Max is telling him he's messy. He doesn't fold up stuff that neat. That's too neat, so that's not Lily in the bag. And I don't know. They just was going back and forth. I get tired of those two. Then they show Priscilla in the hospital again. I don't know why Tyler redid this scene. He could have just kept the scene from last week when she was leaving and heard her say, heard Miss Laura say Jean's name. But anyway, that went on. She left the hospital. He said, Laura's husband said she'll let Priscilla know if Jean says anything else. Then it comes to Donald. Donald comes home and Lily is sitting there. Now, I'm trying to figure out, how did Donald get in the house without Bobby and Max seeing that? I don't know where they went that they didn't see Donald come home, but they saw Kyle leave. Anyway, so, of course, Lily's sitting there very cold towards him. Not once did she say, you MFer, you had that fool. I told you not to have him in my house, and he came here and tried to kill me. But she never said that. Why is that? I just, that made me wonder. But she was cold, and she's like, why me? Didn't she ask him why me before when she came home before? And she's like, you're gay, and you should have spoken to me about it before. We could have probably worked something out. And he was like, no, no, no. And she was like, you don't love me. He said, no, I do love you. No, you llove that. You love that. And she's acting like she was pointing upstairs like the guy was there. Something's, I don't know what Lily was doing. But he was begging her and saying, no, I don't I love you. It's not like that. I heard you. She's saying all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she sees in the back shadow Bobby, big, bad, muscle bound Bobby with a gun. And Bobby got the gun, and he's like, okay, I'm about to pop a cap at him. And she's like, no, no. And she's like, no, I want to live. I want to live. And John was like, well, okay, I'm right here with you. No, don't do it. I don't want you to do it. I want you to live. I don't. And she pulls him close to her, and she's freaking out, you know, because she don't want Bobby to shoot him. No, don't do it. Just go away. Just go away. And Donald don't know what the hell is going on. He don't know. He like, what is wrong? But Bobby is just like, I will. He got closer up in this, and then he left, and then she pushed Donald away, and Donald's looking around like, what the hell just happened to her? Why is she going crazy? Now he think he gonna send her to the psych ward. She keep that up. Anyway, Nancy and Richard, he's still not speaking to her, and she's like, you really gonna feel silly, you know, you're gonna really feel, did she say bad? You're gonna regret this, you know, like, how long you gonna go on not speaking to me? He's like, I ain't got nothing, I don't want to hear nothing from you other than who's that boy's father. And so she's like, well, I'm not telling you that. And she said Pinky's funeral's tomorrow, and he stops about that. Like, he actually considers like he might go, but the way he behaving, he won't even go to Pinky's funeral. That damn Richard is losing his mind. He losing it, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. He losing it. Ain't nothing that serious because she won't tell you a name for a baby that she had. We gonna go through all of this stuff. It's just too much for me. I'm sorry. Richard is flipping out the wrong way. what else happens? So he walks out the room. He walks out the room, and Barry's like, Dad, you don't hear my talking to you? You hear my talking to you? Stay out of it, son. It's none of your business. He said, I can't. I'm in the middle of it. You know, I was like, oh, you're finally stepping up to your father. And his father's like, no, you don't have to be, and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, here go Sharon coming up the stairs. Hey, Mr. Richard. Hey, Miss Cece. When did she start calling Nancy Miss Cece? I never heard that before. Somebody tell me in the comment section. I'm like, Miss Cece, what the hell is that? She talking about Cece Winers? I mean, who's she talking about? Anyway, so then it goes over to Richard leaves, and here goes Sharon and Barry. They ain't never an episode they don't argue. Have anybody seen an episode when Sharon and Barry were getting along and there was no disagreement and no argument? I'm so sick of them too. But anyway, of course, Barry started acting stupid. She tells him it's his baby. Why didn't you tell me? I don't know what I wanted to do. I don't know what I want to do. What do you mean? You're not having an abortion. She said, I didn't say I was going to have an abortion. You know, he said, yeah, you what you saying. You was thinking about that. She said, look, I got to consider what I want to do. She said, this is my body. You talking about he's not going to do. And she's like, this is my body, and I make a decision for my own body. Oh, what you think? Kareem could do a better job? Why are you bringing up Kareem? Oh, you know, you the one bring him up. You always bring him up. And I'm sitting there going, Barry, you's a goddamn lie. You know good and well, you the only one keep bringing Kareem up in everything. And you can't help it because you saw him getting it in on the pharmacy countertop. I'm just sorry, but that was how it was. So Nancy comes in there to stop it, and he was like, Ma, this don't have nothing to do with you. And she's like, boy, you better stop. Look, Ma, Judge McCall, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, she said, this is my house. He's like, don't you got somewhere to cook, some food to cook or something? I said, oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he didn't. And this is the point when I was so happy with Nancy. Nancy was my heroine, I think, in this episode. Her and Frida. But she goes, boy, you ain't gonna be no disrespectful to me. Well, Dad seemed to be and stuff. That's her goddamn husband. You her child. Shut the heck up. And she was like, boy, I will slap the shit out of you. I said, I was like, you do it, Nancy. Slap him. And boy, Sharon had to get in there and talk about, somebody needs to. That's a shut up, Sharon. No, you shut up, Barry. They went back and forth. Miss Nancy, please hold him. I want to get my stuff and get out of here. Where you going? Don't worry. I'm going and getting out of here. Good, to take all your stuff. One minute he don't want to go. Where you going? Next minute he's like, take all your stuff. She's like, baby, don't. You know, and anyway, she packs her stuff and she leaves. And Miss Nancy's like, baby, where you going? You need a ride? You need me to drop you off? So no, I'll just take a cab. I'll just take a cab or something. But I was like, no, Barry didn't try to get stanked. I was like, wow. So she packed her little stuff and left. Then they show Victoria canceling her travel plans because Dad decided to get Mom cremated. I think Mother is still alive. That's why he don't want no funeral or nothing like that. He gonna have her cremated. Is this supposed to be a ceremony? It's probably gonna be a memorial service. That woman is still alive, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. Tyler ain't show her dead or nothing or a funeral. That's just my thought. But I could be wrong. Don't think so. Anyway, what else? So she goes, what is it? Then they show Jason. That's what it is. Jason peeks into Alan's office. That little pervert. He peeks in there, and then he's like, oh, he about to leave. And stupid Alan said, no, come on in. He come in, and Jason got his ding dong in his hand. Alan's like, put it away like it's a piece of property, a gun. Put it away. He's like, where you go? No, put it back in your damn pants. Not put it away. He can put it away on a shelf. I mean, what are you putting it away? Anyway, so he had the ding dong in his hands. He told him don't ever do that again when he came in his house. I mean, in his office. And so Jason sits down and stuff. And Alan reaches over with the hand sanitizer like, here, you need some of this. I thought that was funny. I'm sorry. And so, I'm sorry. I got to hurry up. I ain't got much time left for this. He chats with him. He put it away. He befriends Jason, talking about he'll show him all the history and the tour of the White House. He's a political junkie. That's where that comes from and all that stuff. And he asks Jason why he do that. And he said he do it because it shocks people. He said, well, don't do this shit again to me. And so then they show Nancy calling Priscilla, asking her about Richard. Did Richard tell you anything and stuff? Is he going to meet? I think he's going to meet a woman and stuff. And Priscilla's like, and she's like, I know you know something. Just say it. She said, he said he going on a date. She says, it with that Frida chick? Yeah, with that Frida chick. She knew it. Okay. She said, I'm sorry you going through this, you know. And that was that. Hunter goes to see Ellie. We know that. She's trying to do work. And she's trying to seriously do work. And he's trying to get some sex. And she asks, where's your wife? And he's like, oh, don't worry about her. And she said, no, according to her, I need to worry because if she puts her hands on me again, it's going to, you know. And she was like, don't worry, she'll never look for me here. And Victoria pushes in the door and said, you want to bet? Victoria was right on that. Ellie jumps up and stands by her man and everything. And she told him, you need to come upstairs. I just got off the phone with my father, but of course he didn't want to move. And she said, let me tell you something, little girl. And he said, leave her alone, leave her alone. She said, little girl, do you want to die? And she's like, do you know how many STDs he got? He's yelling, I ain't got none. She's like, yeah, he got some STDs. And she said, you might want to have your throat checked in that canyon of a vagina you got. There were some lines this one. I got a lot of laughs out of this one. So Victoria's upset. She leaves, goes into her room. The perv is in her bathroom. Jason's in there looking at her, peeping at her. And she's like, get your ass out of here. And he's like, you act like you really not scared of me? She said, no, I'm not scared of you. Now go to bed. And he said, you should be, you know, if you... And she said, let me tell you something. She said, if you knew what I was capable of, you'd never let those words fall from your lips. I said, damn. She was like, he said, no, deep down, I think you scared. She's like, yeah, try me. Now go to bed. And he walks out to my, okay, Victoria, because she did tell him to call her Victoria. Don't call me mom no more. So he listening about that. Then as Victoria calls Sam, and she's like, she want to go for a run. No, ma'am, it's late. Who do you think you are? He said, I'm the person you hired to keep you safe. And she's like, well, if you're not going to help me, you can't tell me no. If you're not going to help me, I'll get somebody else. He said, miss, nobody's going to listen to you. He said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but they won't do it. They won't do it. She said, why not? He said, because they have to come through me, and I'm your lead guide, and that's what you hired me to protect you, and that's what I'm doing. So anyway, so he decides that he's going to, he offers, he's so stupid. Sam offers to, ma'am, if you want to go for a walk around the, you know, the property or something like that, I could come back around the grounds. I could come back and we could go for a walk. She said, that is not a run. I just need to get out of here and clear my head. I need to, she got the stupid husband. She got the stupid son. She got a lot of drama going on. So anyway, so Sam decides he gonna go back. He calls Priscilla and leaves her a message. Honey, I made dinner for you. I'll be back. I got to make a run. I know you're still mad, but I love you, you know, and please stay up and wait for me. I want us to talk. That was sweet. That was sweet. Sam's sweet. Okay. So, of course, she didn't get it because it was voicemail. Priscilla goes into Jean's apartment, calls the police because it's ransacked. And the police are like, oh, well, have you touched anything? No. Well, but her house is torn apart. Yeah, well, you got to come in and report. How you got to come in and report our apartment being ransacked? They need to be there seeing what's going on. You got her going back and forth. She said, these police are just not helpful at all. And they most certainly were not, because she didn't call Jean's boyfriend. What's his name? Greg. And he said, yeah, they told me she had to be missing 24 hours. That's what she told. He said, well, it's been 24 hours. She said, yeah, I know, but they still want me to come in and make a report. So that's what she had to do. She got to go in to make the report. Then they switch over to Kyle. Kyle pulls up to his apartment complex, and there's a guy sitting in a truck, swinging his leg, drinking a beer and stuff. And who it is? The gay guy from the pharmacy. That's how they met them. I was wondering how Tyler was going to have them meet up. And so the guy from the pharmacy, I don't know what his name is, he offered him, he said, you need some help with that? He said, does it look like I need some help with that? He said, yeah, it does. Kyle was struggling. He said, yeah, it does. And he said, what you doing out here anyway? What, you about to rob me? He said, no. He said, I was going to go check out that bar up there or something like that. He said, oh, I've never been there before, you know. He said, but, you know, what did he say? He said, well, anyway. He said, so what shitty hole country town you from? And he said, wow, you're an asshole. I was like, okay, that was called for because he really was one. And he said, thanks. Kyle said, thanks, because Kyle know he is one. So the guy was like, you know, I'm tired of dealing with you. I'm going to get up and go get that drink at that bar. He said, no, why are you going to go there? Why don't you just come up to my house and have one? He's like, no, I don't think so. I don't feel like dealing with rude people, you know. And I said, oh, that's nice. That's putting it nicely. And so he talks him into, he said, well, I used to be a bartender and I make great drinks. And he said, no, I'm just going to leave. He said, you going to give up that early, that quickly? And that's what it was. That's when he said he don't want to feel like dealing with rude people. So that's why he was walking. But he ended up going upstairs with Kyle, as we all know. He went up there with Kyle and they was getting stupid, tipsy, drunk, having shots, singing songs. Oh, you know that song? Yeah, they just doing the thing. And then he started talking and they complaining. He's like, yeah, where you from? I'm where from. I forgot what Kyle said. But he started talking about never fall in love with a married man. Oh, so that's what this is all about. You know, they just doing all that talking crap. Anyway, they was making me sick. Then it switches back to Richard and Frida are out to dinner. Frida, I'm loving Frida. I don't know about y'all. Let me know in the comment section. But Frida got big time brownie points from me tonight. Because they out to dinner. And I was thinking like, how you going to go out there? You know he married and all this stuff. But she gets out there looking good too. And she asking him, why to change your heart now? And he said, well, you know, we always had something going on. You know, I always wanted to go out with you and stuff. But she said, but you never did. So why now? He said, well, I'm in a different place now. She said, well, did you mysteriously get a divorce or something that I don't know about and didn't tell me? He said, well, we're not going to make it. He telling her they not going to make it. And she said, what are you talking about? You love that woman. You love her like nothing else. He said, it doesn't matter. She said, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. And he's like, why? She said, this might be good for you, but it's not for me. And he's like, why? She said, because of my heart. Fool, because of my heart. See how he playing games with her heart? You see how you men do? Stop playing. You see how you men do? Because he's mad at his wife, so he rebounding trying to mess with somebody else. Y'all tell me that's wrong. That's not right. That's not right what he's doing because he's messing with somebody else now because he's upset. That's called rebounding. Y'all ain't even divorced. Whatever. Anyway, so she was letting him have it. Frida was like telling it straight. I was like, you better go ahead, Frida. She said, and you matter of fact, you need to go on home and talk to that woman. I said, oh, damn. She told him, go home. He said, but this is our chance. This is our chance. You look at, you know, look whatever you are going through. She said, look, whatever you're going through, it won't be good for me when you make up. And that's the truth. And that's the same thing that, what's her name? Damn, what's his wife's name again? Nancy was saying, like, you gonna feel like a fool when we make up and stuff. The stuff that he's doing and the way he's behaving and how he just has snapped and has no sense of common sense or anything going on in his head. I know he upset, but to go to this level, this length of stuff, and then talk about, I want to make love to you, he told her. She said, as much as I want to do that too, that won't be happening tonight. She was like, boy, you crazy. She was like, I ain't doing that. So she set him straight. And then all of a sudden coming Nancy. Did y'all see Nancy? Nancy was setting it off. She was hot in that red dress. She came with the big guns out. The big guns. Them girls was out. Everything was out. I mean, they was up and out. The waist was cinched with that type of dress. You know those dresses that cinched. Girl, Nancy came in not ready to play. She about to get her man back. She had everything in place. And I loved it. So then it went off with that. I mean, we didn't see them again. But then Sharon shows up at Kareem's apartment. Of course, her little crazy self. She ain't got nowhere else to go. And he offering her some takeout. And she's like, what you watching on TV? Can you turn that off? I just need some quiet. You gonna come to somebody else's damn house and start turning off TVs and stuff and asking for quiet? But we did just what we knew. She did just what we thought she would do, little hoe. Yeah, she little hoe. And she went in there and straddled him, told him to take his clothes off. She just wants some quiet and she just want to do her thing. And she mad at Barry, so she rebounding again, going to get her some, going to get her some. Ride a pony, ride the pony. What the hell is wrong with people? Everybody in this show ain't got no common sense. Greg calls Priscilla and finds Jean dead in his bed. He's like, oh my God, she's dead. Priscilla's like, what? How'd she get there? I don't know how the hell she got there. Just come home. She in my bed dead. What am I supposed to do? Get out of there. Priscilla's like, get out of there. Get out of there now, right now. And he's like, okay. And then you hear something and the line drops or something. Lord, she goes and gets to it. Oh, was this with? That might not be that week. That might be next week. But we see it anyway. Next week she comes there and finds him dead. So that's that. But it ends with the stupid Max. Max called Bobby. Bobby told him, wait for me. Don't do nothing. Wait for me. Yeah, whatever. See, Max wanted everybody to wait for him. See how the white man controlling the black man again? When they was in that car and Bobby wanted to go, the white man was controlling him. When the black man told him to wait till I get there, the white man like, screw you. I ain't waiting for you. He went up there anyway. Snuck into, he did check, he saw Kyle going. He checked Kyle in the back of his car to see what was in the container and all that stuff. Closed the hatchback. Sneaks up into an apartment while Kyle goes to the bathroom to pee. He goes in there and he attacks him. He attacks Kyle while Kyle in there peeing. Mind you, didn't it look like Max was getting his ass kicked by a drunk man? If Kyle was drunk as ever, had all those shots, yet Max was still getting his ass whooped, acting like he's so tough. He should have waited. He should have waited, just like he told Bobby. It's bigger than all of them. It's bigger than all this. But no, he had to do it his way. And he getting whooped right now. Because that's what it looked like to me. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. That's all that happened this week. Next week look like it could be promising. We don't know. But anyway, this your girl Barbie J saying peace.